Hello, hello, you beautiful beings of light. It is Mandy, and happy Wednesday to everyone. Let's see if I can invite a couple people to jump on. Oops, I tend to hit that button for some reason. I'm going to invite a couple people to jump on. Tonight, I'm super enthusiastic to share with you guys something that I committed to that I feel is very powerful and supported me radically in transforming my life. So I'm just going to invite some people. It just pops up and shows me a bunch of friends. So if you get an invite, then it's because you're at the top of my list here. Once you tune in, do me a favor, comment below and say hi. Let me know how you're doing. Feel free to comment below. Tell me where you're tuning in from. What's going on in your world. If you're catching the replay, then hashtag replay below. And let me know that you're jumping on for the replay. I always like to know who's watching my videos. I think that's probably enough. I've invited quite a bit of people right here. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on here tonight and share some stuff with you guys. Hey, what's up, Tracy Ann? How are you? Hey, Bernie. How are you, gorgeous? I see I have some other people on, but I'm not sure who it is. So I know it's late. I just got done eating a salad over here at Jason's Deli. I love the salad bar. And I'm feeling really called to share this information with you guys tonight. So take it for whatever it is. And also, too, if this video resonates with you and you find value in this video, then please do me a favor and share this video to your timeline. Because when you do that, it actually allows me to support other people through you. Okay? Because the truth is like not everybody knows this stuff. I mean, I know there was a period of my life where I didn't know these things. And so clearly I'm super passionate about sharing these nuggets of wisdoms and truth bombs with other people to really support them in transforming their life. If you guys don't know, I actually stopped drinking alcohol over 6 years ago. I literally just made the decision and stopped, but there is ways that I went about that. So these are more things that I'm going to be continuously sharing with you guys over the course of the next several weeks or whatever that looks like. That's huge. There's lots of things that I've accomplished, but I would say that's probably one of the biggest things. And actually, January 10th, I believe it was my 6-year anniversary of no alcohol in my light vessel. And so I had actually posted that on Facebook, and I had a lot of people message me privately. Also on Instagram, I had a lot of messages from people about that, asking me like, wow, how did you do that? I want to know how you did that. I want to do that. And I ran into some people at the gym as well who had seen my post. And yeah, so I'm really enthusiastic about just sharing with you guys as much knowledge and wisdom and information as I can to support you in whatever way that looks like. Hey, Linda Whitworth, how are you, beauty? Yeah, comment below, guys. Say what's up once you tune in. I see I have people on here, but I'm not sure who all it is. And once again, if you're catching the replay, then just hashtag replay below. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. As always, you can send me a private Facebook message as well if you're requiring support. I actually had someone message me over the weekend, and they were like, hey, do you offer relationship advice? And I'm like, yes, I definitely do. And then I was able to support someone through whatever it is they're growing through in terms of their romantic relationship. So if you guys require support, please feel free to always reach out to me. So one of the main things that I want to share, like I said, I know it's late. It's like 9:20 at night. A lot of people are probably already winding down, and here I am all jazzed up. I had an awesome workout. I had an amazing salad over here at Jason's Deli, and I keep getting this download, and I was like, okay, fine. Like I'm listening to my higher self. I'm listening to the calling to share this information with you guys. So no matter when you're tuning in, that's okay. It's always perfectly in divine order for whoever is meant to get this message and receive this message at whatever time you actually do. So one of the things I really choose to emphasize is that the mind is either a prison or a palace, and we always have a choice. It's either a prison or it's a palace. Like literally repeat that to yourself or write it down, whatever that looks like. Just understanding though that whatever you have going on in your mind, it's your choice. And I think it's Wayne Dyer who says we can invest the same amount of energy making ourselves happy as we can making ourselves miserable. Because honestly, happiness is an inside job. Happiness is no one else's responsibility in our life. Happiness comes from our own perception and perspective, if you will. So if you choose, you can also go to my Facebook page if you're catching this on Facebook, however you're looking at it. But you can check out my Facebook timeline and scroll down, and you will find a video where I was talking about last week about our perception and how our perception is our reality, and how if we transform our perception or perspective of whatever it is that we're growing through, how it literally can free us. And by the way, I'm wearing my Good Vibes sweatshirt, so that's pretty cool. Hey, what's up? How are you, sister? I see some people jumping on. Feel free to comment below. What's up, Murdoch? How are you? Hey, Andrea. How are you, gorgeous? Haven't chatted with you in a while. So the mind can either be a prison or a palace, okay? And this one thing that I'm choosing to share with you guys is something that I started implementing at the end. What was I going to say at the end? I was going to say at the end because it was something I started doing at night. It's something I started implementing into my life in 2014. I'm not exactly sure when it was. It definitely wasn't the end of 2014. It was actually probably the beginning of 2014. And it is listening to a really powerful meditation that I listen to every single night, and sometimes even during the day. Like, I was constantly listening to this meditation. You guys know that in 2017, well, maybe you don't know. In 2017, I traveled overseas, and I was overseas for 7 months. I went to Bali, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, back to Australia, and then I think I went back to Thailand, and then back to Bali, and then I came back to Texas. So I actually listened to this meditation even on flights. I was able to download it to my phone as an MP3, and I was able to listen to it with my headphones on the flights. So it's really, really, really powerful. And if you guys are not aware of how our subconscious mind, we're literally programmed, okay? We have been programmed since we were like little kids, and that's a whole nother video topic. But the reality is that you can actually reprogram your subconscious mind as well. So you can do this by listening to recorded audios or meditations. That's why actually subliminal messages are so powerful, and they're actually banned. I think it's in 7 countries, and of course they're not banned here in the United States, unfortunately. But subliminal messaging is so powerful because it literally targets our subconscious mind. So you're watching TV and all these commercials and things are coming on, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm hungry, I think I want a burger or something, whereas before that maybe that wasn't the case. But it's it's being programmed by what it is that you're seeing and what it is that you're hearing. So if you can understand how that can work, then you can understand how you can literally take, action to reprogram your subconscious mind by making a decision to do something different. Hey, what's up, Joyce? How are you? She says, hey, Queen, sending you love. I appreciate you so much, gorgeous. I'm sending you so much love. Always love seeing your posts. Murdoch says, I'm loving this topic. Yes, absolutely. I'm super passionate about sharing this. And Andrea, hey, beautiful. Well, I was trying to say beautiful and girl at the same time. I get real excited when I get on my videos. My energy gets really high and I get really excited. So back to what I was saying is I have this YouTube video link that I'm going to share with you guys. Actually, I'll just go ahead and post it in the comments now. I trust that I saved it on my clipboard a second ago. So it's called the Universal Mind Meditation. It's by a beautiful soul. Her name is Kelly Howell. And this is a meditation that I invite you guys to begin to listen to at night before you go to bed. You want to listen to it with headphones, because when you listen to it with headphones, it supports you more in, I believe it's the what did she say? The delta frequencies or the sounds that are actually going on in the background. However, I've had clients in the past that are like, I can't do it with headphones. I can't fall asleep at night with headphones in, or whatever that looks like. So if you can't, that's okay. Just put it maybe on speaker. And if you can, I highly recommend that you do listen to it with headphones. I have these old school headphones over here in my purse, and instead of me trying to dig them out, basically the old school headphones with wires. And that's what I use at night when I listen to it. And grab them like as if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. But I listen to it with these old school headphones with wires. And then at some point in the middle of the night, I somehow just pull them out or whatever. I don't know what happens to them, but that's what I use. That's a whole nother topic about EMFs and the other kind of headphones. And yes, I do have those that I wear when I work out, but I'm also aware of, how to combat some of the EMFs. Like I said, that would be a whole nother video. You guys know I can talk a lot. So anyway, I invite you guys to listen to it with headphones though, if you can. And if not, it'd be better to listen to it than not listen to it at all. So you can still listen to it on speakerphone if you choose. And it's called the Universal Mind Meditation. And she has this phrase in the meditation, like I said a second ago, is that the mind is either a prison or a palace. And that is so true. So that is literally, that boils down to us being conscious and being self-aware about what we're focusing on and what we're thinking about, right? That's number one. And then also, doing the things that you can do to support yourself in reprogramming your subconscious mind. Like a lot of people have also heard of affirmations, but the thing is if you're just spouting out affirmations, but you're not doing the deeper inner healing work, chances are it's just like saying, the sky's blue, the sky's blue, the sky's blue, the sky's blue. You're saying something and it's like lip service is what I tell my clients. It's like lip service because you're not really fully integrating it because you haven't done the shadow work behind that. So that's a whole nother topic, and that would be obviously also too a whole nother video. But if you guys are requiring support, please reach out and allow me to support you in whatever way that looks. Of course, I have group programs, I have one-on-one coaching, and then like I said, we can just have a chat in whatever way that looks for whatever it is that you're experiencing and see if it's a good fit. Or another thing you can do too is go to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of videos on there, and just go to YouTube, search Mandy Fonville, and literally go to there and click where it says videos, and there's probably like 300 videos with just me like this talking about all kinds of things. So I was choosing to jump on here tonight to share with you guys about one of the most powerful things I did that supported me in transforming my life, honestly, is starting back in 2014, listening to this Universal Mind Meditation. I've put the link to the YouTube video here, and I invite you guys and encourage you guys to start listening to this at night. This is something that I include pretty much in all of my coaching programs, as well as my one-on-one coaching programs, because I've found it to just be so effective. Now, let me give you another tip. I've kind of graduated from this. I still listen to this one. And another thing that I have had clients do in the past in one-on-one coaching, as well as group programs that I've done myself, is literally you record your own audio. So you can take a pen and piece of paper and you can write down all of the things. Maybe you can even listen to this Universal Mind Meditation to kind of get some ideas of what it is that maybe you choose to put into your subconscious mind. The reality though is whatever that looks like for you, you can write it out, like write yourself a script, and then record it on your phone as like a memo. And you can even maybe put some music in the background, like some binaural beats or ocean waves or whatever sounds are soothing to you. And you can put that in the background of your recording, and then you record it, and then you begin to listen to your own voice. Because honestly, it being in your own voice is going to be even more powerful than it being someone else's video. And this is still a good start. So if you're not ready to take it to that level, that's just an additional tip of something that you can do that's also supported me in transforming my life, is recording my own recorded audio meditation. In that one, I mean, you can listen to it anytime you want. This doesn't have to be at night before you go to bed. But the thing is that our minds are the most impressionable first thing in the morning when we wake up, and then last thing at night before we go to bed. That's when we're actually in something called a theta state. And that is when our minds are more impressionable and ready to absorb the information. So, like me personally, like when I wake up in the mornings and I'm not fully awake, I'll start getting downloads, and I'll just get like messages for different things. Sometimes it's for clients. Sometimes it's for something that I'm requiring knowing. And this is another cool little trick or tip, is that you can tune into your higher self. And if you're growing through something and you're requiring some support, you can literally tune into your higher self before you go to bed at night, and you can ask your higher self, higher self, God, angels, ask your higher self, ask God, ask the angels, ask whatever it is that you choose or whatever resonates with you. And literally asking for answers, you will receive guidance and you will receive an answer. I mean, even this video might be an answer for somebody, because it may not be in the form of how you're expecting to get the answer. It could literally be in the form of something like this in a video, something that you hear about, something someone shares with you. It could be an inspiration to go here instead of there. It could be an inspiration to maybe invest in a certain book or watch a certain, documentary. The truth though is that when we ask, it is given. And when we ask, we're always divinely guided, supported, and protected no matter what. And when we realize how powerful we are and how we have the powers around us that can support us, and we actually step out in faith and we ask for support, we will get supported. And like I said, first thing in the morning I wake up, I'm usually a little bit in this state where I'll start getting downloads of things. I'm like, whoa. And it's actually like really powerful stuff. And it's stuff, in the subconscious mind that's being brought forth that likely I already knew. And I just required remembering. Okay. And, or sometimes it could be something brand new that maybe you're not even necessarily aware of. So that's another tip as well. So I trust this resonated with you guys. Give me some thumbs up and some hearts if it resonates. Feel free to comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you guys, currently do any form of meditations, whether it's guided meditations or whatever that looks like? And I say, hey Ron, how are you? I see you just jumped on. Yeah, let me know like what's going on in your world. If this video was supportive for you, do you guys choose for me to do more videos like this? The thing is so interesting, guys, is like I'm such a wealth of knowledge, and I don't mean that egoically. I've just been through a lot in my life, or let's just say I've grown through a lot, and I have so much knowledge and wisdom that a lot of times I'm like, oh, I can do a video about that, because I can share like so much value to support others. And then sometimes I just don't end up like doing videos about it. So let me know in the comments below if this is like something that resonates with you, if you'd like to hear, more informative videos. And it doesn't always have to be about like mindset stuff. It can be about nutrition and fitness and whatever that looks like. So let me know, like give me some feedback on that too, if you choose to have more support in that way. Like I said, it kept coming in very strongly. The mind is either a prison or a palace. The mind is either a prison or a palace. And that is actually a phrase that, like I said, she says in this YouTube link that I provided below, the Universal Mind Meditation. Let me take a sip of water. And it is so true, because the mind is literally either a prison or a palace. Whatever it is that you're choosing to focus on is going to create how you feel. And the truth is that we live in heaven on earth right here. Heaven on earth is right here. Hey, what's up, Mauricio? How are you, my friend? I just saw you. I saw your little profile picture at the bottom. So the mind is either a prison or a palace, right? Heaven on earth can be here for us here right now, based on whatever it is we're choosing to focus on. Okay. All of us have a story. I invite you to be aware of whatever that story is, the story that you're likely telling yourself that more than likely is not the most positive story, and it's limiting you in certain areas of your life. Based on that story, you have certain beliefs about yourself, of who you are, what you're worthy of. I'm always going to be broke. I'm always going to be overweight. It's hard for me to lose weight. It's hard for me to make money. It's hard for me to find love. It's hard for me to have a healthy relationship. Men are this way, women are that way. Like, so many people are not necessarily aware of the story they keep telling themselves, the beliefs they have that are causing them to think certain thoughts, that are literally causing them to either take certain actions or not take certain actions, and to feed into whatever it is they're feeding into. And they wonder why they continue to create the same things in their life over and over and over and over and over again. Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you, you can change it. You can change your story. You can rewrite your story. You can transform your life. I did it myself. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this knowledge and information and wisdom with you guys, is to support other people in liberating themselves, because it is possible. Like I said, I gave up alcohol over 6 years ago by making the decision that I was going to give myself, I said, I'm going to give myself at least a year to heal myself, to heal my, traumatic childhood experiences and all the things. And it's literally been 6 years, and I have no desire whatsoever. Honestly, like, my favorite drink, you could come up to me right now and hand it to me, and I would be like, no, I'm like, have no desire whatsoever. And that is literally because I shifted my identity and who I was in that moment. And I began to rewire my brain with a new belief, right? Based on who I was to who I was choosing to be and become. Although I wasn't necessarily that yet, I still decided, this is who I am. This is who I'm choosing to be. This is the direction that I'm going in, and I commit. And I can guarantee you that in the beginning, it was a moment-to-moment gig where I was continuing to recommit and recommit and recommit, because it's not always going to be something as easy, for people to just say, I'm going to do this, bam. Because a lot of times, that's why, like right now, perfect example, New Year's resolutions, the gyms are crowded and packed. Everybody's all on their, kick with New Year's resolutions, with, eating healthy, working out. They have their goals and their, their desires to release body fat and get in better shape and focus on their health and things of that nature. And then chances are, by like February, mid-February, March, like, you start seeing those numbers of people just dwindling down in the gym. I'll have clients reaching out to me like, hey girl, and I fell off the wagon, like That is because the shift wasn't made where it really counts, which is in the self-identity, and obviously, yes, in the subconscious mind, like I said, with your beliefs. And I could go on and on and on. I could literally be on here for like 10 hours and just continue talking, because that's how much energy I have and how much passion I have to support people and share, knowledge and wisdom with you guys. But the reality of it is that you can transform your life. You can change your story. And one of the tools that I use that I feel is most effective, I put the link here. It's a YouTube video by a beautiful soul named Kelly Howell. And listening to Murdoch says, how do we make this shift? This is one way right here, sister. Start listening to this guided meditation at night before you go to bed. Put on some headphones, fall asleep to it. She even says it in the actual audio that she recommends falling asleep to it. It has some delta brainwave sounds that also can support you in having deeper sleep. And literally, this is one of the things that I began in 2014 that I know for certain had a huge impact on me transforming my life, creating an online business, traveling the world. Like I said, I gave up alcohol over 6 years. Actually, I'd already stopped taking antidepressants way before that, but I took antidepressants for 16 years. OMG. From age 16 to age 32, I took a pill every single day because the psychiatrist said, oh, you got a chemical imbalance in your brain. Oh, you had a traumatic childhood. You have a chemical imbalance. So you need this pill, and this pill is going to balance out your brain chemistry. Well, of course, at 16 years of age, and my mom, God love her, she did the best that she could. She didn't know any better. All she knew is that I was always crying, didn't want to eat, and didn't want to go to school. So, of course, my mom takes me to the family practitioner, and they put me on antidepressants. And literally, from age 16 to age 32, I took antidepressants thinking that was going to be the answer. I read self-help books. I went to church. I went to a bunch of classes. I did a bunch of different things. But the truth is that I have this story or this belief that I needed this pill because I had a chemical imbalance in my brain. Like I said, this would be a whole nother fucking video. Excuse my French. This would be a whole nother video, you guys, to talk about, because like I said, there's so much to share. But the reality is if where I was compared to where I am now is way different, and I promise you that you can be and become whoever it is that you're desiring to be. You can be your higher self. You can, whatever it is that you got going on over here, you can transform that, and you can recreate, write a new story, transform your life. Like I said, I appreciate you asking Murdoch that question. The first thing I'd recommend is to start listening to this audio. Okay, start listening to this at night when you're going to bed. And I could keep going, but lots of different things you could be doing, like affirmations is great. If you require support, reach out. I have programs literally that I have created based on my own personal experiences of things that I've been through and how I have done what I've done in my own life. And I don't know if any of my current clients are on these videos now, but if any of my clients end up getting on here, feel free to comment below. But I have a lot of clients that have had radical transformations working with me. You can also go to my YouTube channel. There's a lot of videos on there for free where I'm like talking like this and blah, 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 and just giving out the information. But the main thing I would first of all say is that being consciously aware, being self-aware. And I was telling my friend this earlier. I was supporting her on WhatsApp and we were going back and forth. And I was like, yeah, the first step of change is literally becoming aware and calling yourself on your own bullshit, right? That's the first step, because only you know. Nobody else is going to just jump into your life and be like, hey, ... I mean, they might, especially if y'all have a codependent relationship or whatever that might look like. But the truth is nobody knows what you have going on between these two ears of yours. Nobody has a clue of exactly what it is that you're thinking and what you're focusing on. That's the beauty of this life, and that's how we can actually reclaim our power and authority, is the fact that we have the ability to think our own thoughts. No one else can think your thoughts for you. That, my friends, is very liberating, right? Right there and right then. But we can reclaim our power and authority over our life, because I don't cancel and I don't care. It doesn't matter what is going on in your life. Nobody can think your thoughts for you. Nobody can focus for you. No one can think your thoughts for you. No one can shift your perspectives for you or change your perceptions for you. That is up to you. So that would be one of the biggest things, is to first of all, and I acknowledge your commitment clearly that you're asking the question, is that you're desiring to change, right? And most people are. Most people have, 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds they desire to release. A lot of people desire to, stop smoking, start exercising, spend more time with their family. Like, I could go on and on and on, on. So many different things, you guys. We all have the things that we desire and how we choose to transform our world. And the good news is that it is possible. So like I said, some of the things that I've shared here, I feel are radically important to be aware of, first of all, and then also to make the commitment. It takes a committed effort. It literally takes a committed effort from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment, because you can get all gung-ho one minute. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You have all these ideas. You're super excited. Maybe you even hire a coach. Maybe it's me. Maybe you do all the things, and then, for instance, I'm not with you 24/7. I can't control what you're thinking. So it's about you literally becoming consciously aware. And that's why awareness is about 90% of the game. Awareness is about 90% of being able to transform, is first becoming aware, for one, and then staying consciously aware of yourself. That's why it's called self-mastery. Self-awareness is because it's about yourself. So you're going to say, this is one of the phrases I use a lot, I am conscious of being conscious. So it's literally calling myself back to myself, is that I am conscious of being conscious. And consciousness and conscious means that you're consciously aware. Did you know that your conscious mind can only hold about 7 bits of information? Everything else is in your subconscious mind. That's why everything else in people's lives, our lives are habitual. Our lives are run by patterns. Our lives are run by our subconscious mind, and our lives are run by programming. That's why this link that I sent to you guys or shared with you guys on here for the YouTube video is really powerful, because it's nighttime. You're relaxed, in a relaxed state. Your mind is in a theta state. Your mind is no longer monkey mind trying to control everything. I trust. You're laying down at night to go to bed. You start putting in some of this positive stuff to reprogram the subconscious mind. And without you really even having to do anything other than just put the headphones on and play the video, you will literally start to see, it's not going to be super instantaneous. It's just that you will literally start to see that your mind will begin to shift. You will start thinking differently, and or depending on what level you're at or kind of where you're at on your journey, because we're all on our own unique individual journey, so no condemnation to anyone, right? We are where we are, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you will then become aware of your thoughts and remembering that you're not your thoughts for sure, but you will begin to take your thoughts captive. I actually remember taking a class one time called Captive No More, and it was talking about taking every thought captive and literally being aware of that thought and kind of like dissecting that thought, breaking it down. What is that kind of, where does that come from anyway, right? A lot of us have so many stories about being unworthy of love, unworthy of a healthy body, unworthy of having, a fit body or whatever it is you choose to have, unworthy of the finances, unworthy of, the healthy relationships with our family, with our friends, with our loved ones. And it stems from unworthiness, which I share this so often and so much, and I'm going to try to cut this short because I've been talking on here so much already, is that a lot of these things, you guys, happened when we were young, when we were literally so young. We were little kids. We did not have the intellectual capacity to understand what was going on. We didn't know that mom or dad just had a bad day at work and they came home and they were in a bad mood. But guess what? I'll be 42 years young in June, and I can guarantee you that nowadays I literally think, wow, because my mom had me when she was young. She had me when she was 20. Or she got pregnant, she was 19, had me when she was 20. The truth is most of us literally have watched our parents grow up, right? And then here we are ourselves having our own journey through our own life. And can you now give your parents grace? Can you now give them grace and compassion and understanding for where they were on their journey? Because like most kids are having kids, to be quite honest. It's like babies are having babies. And they even say we're basically 3-year-old little kids in grown-up adult bodies. So I'm a 3-year-old little Mandy in a almost 42 year young body. But at the root of my core and at the root of who I am, I'm still like a 3-year-old little girl, right? So I tell my clients often and my friends, like, what would you tell a 3-year-old? You wouldn't condemn it and, spank it and go to your room and stop crying. At least I hope that you wouldn't. I know some people actually do that, unfortunately. But the truth is that, be gentle with yourself, be tender with yourself, tune into yourself, ask yourself, what am I really feeling? So many people are disconnected from their feeling world because they're so scared to feel. They have so much fear around feeling because chances are, like I said, in their childhood, they had experiences, they developed beliefs, they had things that happened to them, and they didn't have the intellectual capacity to understand what those things were. And so nowadays in their adult life, they do everything they can to numb themselves and not really feel what they're really truly feeling. And that's what happened with me. I said, no more abusing alcohol. I never got into any trouble. It's just that I found myself drinking way too much, and I had to get real with myself. And I'll never forget, I was looking at myself in the mirror in my bathroom, and I was like, what are you doing, Mandy? What are you doing? Of course, I was crying, tears running down my face. I just got done throwing up. When, used to in the past when I would drink, I would get drunk, and if I got that drunk, I'd throw up that night, and then I'd go to bed, pass out. Well, this the last time I ever drank was in January 9th, 2016, and I woke up the next morning. Well, I got sick that night before I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning and I was still sick, and I was like, whoa. And it even like had me feeling fear of my own self, of like, what in the world? And I just drank way too much. Like a couple years prior to that, I had already started cutting back on drinking, so I didn't normally drink as much. And I went out that night and I just freaking tied one on. I mean, I just went at it, and I had several margaritas. I had some shots. I had like vodka and water, or vodka and soda, or something, however you say it. Vodka. I always say it. My mom makes fun of me. We laugh at how I pronounce it. So the point of me telling you, though, is like me the next day looking at myself in the mirror with tears running down my face. I had a headache, probably, throw up in the mouth, on the face. I choose to know. Point is it was a very dramatic turning point in my life. I will never forget it. And I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I called myself on my own bullshit, and I was like, what is it? And I knew deep down inside it was my little 3-year-old who was in so much fear and just had so much going on inside, so much grief, so much anger, so much fear, so much anxiety, so much uncertainty, so much shame, so much guilt. And like, here I go, because I wasn't even planning on talking about this on this video, but it's flowing, so I'm going to keep rolling with it. Obviously somebody requires hearing this, and not when I feel like, recording the video on this topic. So the point of me sharing this is that it was a radical turning point in my life, and I made that decision right then that I was going to give alcohol up for a year. I was like at least a year, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I even was like, I can't believe I just told myself that, or like thought that, like where'd that come from? And I knew honestly that it was my higher self. I knew that it was my higher self that got me to the state of mind that I was in. It was almost like my own intervention, if you will. And I remember being like, wow. And I even kind of had the thoughts of self-doubt going, no, you probably ain't gonna make it a year, and your birthday's in June, and then well, what about so and so, and then you might want to have a drink on New Year's Eve. And I already had those thoughts coming in, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. And this was in January, and then I remember it was like I just kept going, and it's been 6 years. It has literally been over 6 years. January 10th was 6 years that I have not had a drop of alcohol. And the reason is you guys, is I made that commitment to do that for myself, and now I have no desire. I didn't have any desire for, even after I made the decision, I was still holding steadfast. But I also have a very, very strong mind. And the truth is that we all have a very strong mind. It's how you choose to use your mind. We all have. My mind is just as strong as your mind. We all have a very strong mind. It's about the story that you're telling yourself. Do you tell yourself that you have a weak mind? Do you tell yourself that you're not self-disciplined? Do you tell yourself that you're a procrastinator? Do you tell yourself that, I'll never stick to a workout routine? Do you tell yourself I'll never be able to give up, alcohol or drugs, whatever that looks like? It starts with you, your own story. You get to change your story, rewrite your own story. It all starts with you. Nobody else can do that part for you. Yes, I'm a coach. Yes, I guide people. Yes, I lead people. Even what I'm doing right here on this video, like when I support my clients, we go all in. I'm committed to my client success. I'm standing in agreement with them. I am holding them accountable. But the reality is like I said, you asked a great question. How can you start? These are some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I didn't mean to go all into the other part of it, but clearly this required being shared. I have the energy for it, and it's coming out. So if you tuned in and you haven't watched this video from the beginning, I invite you to go back and watch this video from the beginning, because I've just been going off on some stuff I feel really good. Give me some thumbs up and hearts if you're still on here, by the way, because it shows that I only have 2 viewers, but then I see other people popping in, so I choose to know. What's up, Renee, if you're still on here, my beautiful soul sister? What's up, Victor? How are you? Thank you so much. JR says, Mandy, I'm going to check it out when I get home. Oh, perfect. Yeah, very nice. Steven, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. So yeah, I mean, the reality of it is, y'all, I could go on and on and on. I could be on here for like another 20 hours. Hey, what's up, Dylan? How are you if you're still on? You're welcome, sister. Yeah, so get started with everything that I've shared here. If you feel called, go back and watch this video from the beginning. Watch it as many times as you require. I talk very fast because I have a lot of energy. My brain works very fast. And if I don't get it out in the way that it's coming out, at the speed that it comes into my brain, chances are it's not going to make a whole lot of sense, and I won't be in the flow. So I've had clients say, oh my God, I had to watch your video a couple times. I'm like, well, that's fine too. Honestly, watch it again, take some notes, whatever, resonates with you. And check out my YouTube channel, like I said, as well. I put the link to the meditation here. I invite you guys to begin doing this meditation. It is so powerful. So powerful. It supported me in creating an online business, traveling the world for 7 months in 2017. I know it had a big hand in me giving up alcohol. I know it had a big hand in lots of other things that I've created and have done, and just who I am as a human today. And I'm so grateful, and I'm so honored, to support you guys in whatever way I can to just share this knowledge. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful journey. And I'm going to end it with this, you guys. What are you telling yourself about your life? What are you telling yourself about your life? Are you telling yourself that life is a gift, that you love your life, that you enjoy your life, and things of that positive nature? Or are you telling yourself the latter? Are you telling yourself that life is a struggle? What's that one phrase everyone always says? The struggle is real. Oh, Lord Jesus. When I first start working with clients, that's one of the first things that we tackle is just these phrases that people say. Your words have power. Our words are powerful. You're literally creating your worlds as you speak, right? Language. You're speaking this out into existence. So literally being aware about what you're saying about your life, and then how you're thinking about your life and how you feel about your life, right? Are you feeling that life's a gift and all the things that are positive, or are you doing the latter? Ask yourself that. Take inventory of that. And if you're doing the latter, hey, give yourself permission to forgive yourself and let it be okay. That's something else I teach my clients. I give myself permission to forgive myself, okay? You can look yourself in the mirror. You can go in the bathroom mirror. You can look at yourself in the eyes. I got my lashes done, by the way, today. I got my lashes filled today. They look good. You can go look at yourself in the mirror and you can say, I give myself permission to forgive myself. You literally can give yourself permission to forgive yourself for whatever these things are, right? That lets yourself off the hook. Remember, we're communicating with our 3-year-old little inner child here. So you give yourself permission to forgive yourself and you recommit. It's that easy. I teach my clients that as well. It's that easy, okay? I was just in here in Jason's Deli, had a beautiful salad and it was wonderful. But say, for instance, I had decided I wanted to go eat a Whataburger, fries or Double Dave's pizza rolls. I'm just looking at what's around me. Or Panda Express or Cold Stone, what's that? Cold Stone? Cold Stone. I was thinking marble slab, whatever, ice cream. What if I would have done that instead, right? Would I berate myself, beat myself up because I just did that? Nope. I give myself permission to forgive myself. I let it be okay. That's what I tell myself. And then you just get right back on the wagon and you keep on trucking. It's that easy. I tell my clients that all the time. Because chances are, if you fall off the wagon and then you beat yourself up over it, oh, I shouldn't have ate that burger. I shouldn't have, had that ice cream. And then you're going to stay in that low vibrational frequency. You're going to be beating yourself up. And because you're in guilt and shame, chances are you're going to continue to make decisions. They're going to be also in that low vibrational frequency of more guilt and shame. So it's like, the mind goes, what else can I do to cause myself to feel more guilt and shame? And the next thing you know, you're whatever. And I choose to know. Maybe you're, watching something on TV that's not your highest choice, or you're partaking in some gossip, or I choose to know. Maybe you just smoke a cigarette, whatever that looks like. And it's like something else that's going to add, because our minds are so powerful. Our minds are always choosing to prove ourselves right. So wherever your focus is, what do I say? Wherever your energy goes is like where your focus is, or wherever your focus and attention is where your energy goes, like vice versa. So wherever it is that you are focusing is what you're going to continue to create more of. So last thing, like I said, I wanted to leave it at that, is that asking yourself, how do you feel about your life? Asking yourself, really tuning in, what are you saying to yourself about your own life? Are you saying the struggle is real and that it's hard and that it's challenging? Or are you saying the other? And the choice is yours, right? That's the beauty about being a human being, is that we can always make a brand new choice. So maybe up until this point, maybe you've had some shit going on and maybe you've been saying all those things. Maybe you've been saying the struggle is real. Maybe you've been saying my life sucks. Maybe you've even had the feeling of desiring to check out on your life. I used to do that at one point in my life. I had suicidal thoughts. I never, attempted to do anything, but I did used to say, like, I'd rather just, fall asleep and never wake up. I have been there, my friends. I have been there, which is why I can do what I do with passion and enthusiasm, is because I've been there and I'm on the other side of that now. And I know so many people are there, especially with everything that's happened, since 2020 with COVID and everything else. There's so many people. So if you require support, please reach out. I'm sending you so much love, super positive, high vibes, healing energy. This video is not trying to sell you coaching programs or anything of that nature. The reality though is that I am a badass coach. I'm good at what I do. My clients get results. And if you're in a place in your life that you're requiring support, I would be honored and I would be honored to support you in liberating yourself. Let's put it that way. So if it resonates, reach out, comment below this video. Please share this video if you feel like this video added value to your life. Because like I said, when you share this video, it allows me to support others through you, because clearly there's people on your timeline that I don't know and that don't know me and that aren't following me and can't get, these videos. Also check out my YouTube channel. Click where it says videos, and then this link that I put in here for the meditation. All right. Feel my love and appreciation for you guys. If you do happen to listen to this meditation, come back to this video and comment or send me a PM and let me know how it flows. And then as always, like I said, if you require support, feel free to reach out. So namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. I'm sending you guys super positive, high vibes, healing energy, virtual hugs, lots of love, and we'll chat soon. Bye guys.